Hello, everyone. This is Rick. The story of humanity is the story of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was created for one purpose, and that was so that God can unify himself with his creation. Now, my opinion is Adam and Eve were real people, but the truth of that goes far, far deeper. And what I know about creation that the Holy Spirit has shown me is that all of creation, spiritual and the physical world, were made before he made mankind, before he created Adam. And Adam means mankind or humanity. It can also be a word for an individual male, but in the context of what God is telling us in these scriptures, he's talking about humanity, not men versus women. So in that humanity, he created us in his image. And he had to, in order to be able to use us as that vehicle. All things in creation, except for mankind, fulfill the purpose in which God created them for perfectly, the way he needed them to. And when we, as worldly creatures, we were created out of the world. We were not divine, we're carnal. He knew that we would break that bond of life that he created in Adam by making the decisions to enjoy the pleasures of this world instead of the pleasures that he gave us through his divine nature. And that's what we did, and that's when we fell away. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of the story. I don't have knowledge of the specifics, and Frank, the specifics are unimportant. It was all to convey this idea that I'm putting out. That is what it was about. And he did so knowing we were going to do that. And in that creation of mankind, he developed the salvation that he was going to give us when he finally joined himself with that creation through Jesus Christ. He had to prepare us throughout the entire history of the Old Testament, was the preparation for us to be ready for that promise of that union with him in his creation through Jesus. That's what it's all about. Adam and Eve was the groundwork he laid for all of this. Humanity was his special creation, not because we're special, but because he's special. As an empty vehicle, as long as we're in this world, we're empty, and we're going to always, in every case, make our decisions based on our own self-interest. And when we're in the world, our self-interest is the world's interest. When we enter into Christ and we live in his divine nature, our self-interest is his self-interest, and we are one and united in that. That's the purpose of Adam and Eve. And that raises a lot of questions about, not questions, I'm sorry, but it raises a lot of metaphors for marriage between men and women, as that unity of God with his creation through the marriage of Jesus with his bride. And that's what the marriage of Jesus with his bride is. God entering into a man, Jesus Christ, and fulfilling everything of his creation so that we could enter into him, be married to him or united with him, and he could be united in his creation. That's the purpose of it all. So that's why what I mean when I say it goes far, far deeper than the words. And the knowledge of good and evil is that awareness of making decisions based on our self-interest. The other creatures in God's kingdom don't make decisions based on their self-interest. They do what they were naturally created to do. And God had to unite himself with us so that we can do what he naturally created us to do in union with him. Till next time, God bless.